Welcome back everyone to your stimulus update for today, and in this video we have to cover number one, the third stimulus check and the latest batch of payments that were just sent out. Find out if you are in that batch if you have not received your third stimulus check in this video, and also the fourth stimulus check. What we know so far, what are the chances of another stimulus payment, what do we know up to this point regarding a fourth stimulus check? We'll be covering everything in today's video. So let's get started and dive right into the news. But before we do, as always, if you have been enjoying my content, you have been enjoying the output, make sure that you drop a big thumbs up on this video if you do appreciate the content. And also, if you have not already, do consider subscribing to this channel. Click that big red button as well as the notification bell as well. That will actually notify you when I do post a brand new video. So with that being said, once you do those few things for me, we can get started. Okay, so we have yet another batch of stimulus payments. This is now the seventh batch. The seventh batch of stimulus payments since the most recent COVID relief bill was signed into law. According to the IRS, these payments started arriving Wednesday of this week, and also more was sent in the mail. This batch includes hundreds of thousands of more of those plus-up payments. These are payments made to people who did not receive initially the full amount that they were entitled to. These 2 million payments as part of the American Rescue Plan started processing last Friday, and they total more than $4.3 billion. The IRS also confirmed that since the bill was enacted on March 11th, the IRS has now sent out more than 163 million payments, totaling a whopping sum of $384 billion in direct stimulus relief. Again, if you're not aware, Americans who made up to $75,000 in AGI, adjusted gross income, in the year of 2020 will get the maximum $1,400 check under the American Rescue Plan. Couples who filed taxes jointly and made up to $150,000 will get $2,800, and the amount received decreases to zero for individuals who made up to $80,000 and couples who earned $160,000. There's a $1,400 kicker for each dependent in the household, as all dependents were eligible under this latest iteration of stimulus. More than 1.2 million of Wednesday's payments were sent out to eligible individuals who the IRS had previously not had sufficient information on that person on file. These are individuals who just recently filed a tax return, and so now the IRS had the needed information and they were able to send out the stimulus payment. In addition, another 730,000 payments totaling more than $1.2 billion were sent out also on Wednesday. These are basically people who the IRS only had 2019 tax information for, but may have earned less in 2020 and therefore were possibly due more money. The IRS was able to pay the updated amount now that they have their 2020 tax returns and personal details on file. Now, if you look at the breakdown of the payment delivery method, more than 1.1 million people who will receive stimulus checks as part of the latest batch will receive them by direct deposit, while around 850,000 people will receive them by paper check in the mail. The Internal Revenue Service also clarified that they will still be dispersing payments on a weekly basis from here on out, and yes, that does include people who are eligible for those plus-up payments. Now, perhaps you usually don't file a tax return because you make too little, maybe you're on federal benefits, or you're unsure that the IRS has your information on file. Filing a 2020 tax return will ensure that the IRS has all the necessary info on file and will ensure that you could receive your stimulus payment if you're entitled to one. So the IRS is urging people who don't normally file taxes to file a tax return for the year of 2020 to be eligible to receive this stimulus payment. So that's the latest batch of the third stimulus check. If you have still not received your stimulus check yet, do let me know down below in the comments. We have a handful of people that have still not received their payments and they are eligible for them probably. But as you can see, the majority of Americans have received their payments if they do qualify for one. Now, what do we know about the fourth stimulus check? Well, more stimulus payments are certainly popular with the American people. In fact, a petition to send out Americans $2,000 a month has now surpassed 2 million signatures. Yes, this petition, which was first posted on change.org last year, was started by a Colorado restaurant owner, and it has now garnered over 2 million signatures to support $2,000 to Americans as the pandemic does continue. In the petition, restaurant owner Stephanie Bonin said, quote, "I'm calling on Congress to support families with a $2,000 payment for adults and a $1,000 payment for kids immediately, and continuing regular checks for the duration of the crisis. Quote, otherwise laid off workers, furloughed workers, and the self-employed and workers dealing with reduced hours will struggle to pay their rent or put food on the table." and she urged Congress to issue, quote, immediate checks and recurring payments. She continued, quote, Congress needs to make sure that we won't be financially ruined for doing our part to keep the country healthy. President Biden is also enjoying the success of the third round of stimulus payments that were part of the American Rescue Plan that he signed into law a couple months ago. These payments have been a financial lifeline to many Americans. Biden, in his big speech to Congress this week, said, quote, we've already sent more than 160 million checks out the door. It's making a difference. For many people, it's making all the difference in the world. Lawmakers, advocates, and millions of citizens have continued to press Biden and urge him to send even more direct payments. But is he listening? Biden continues to face mounting pressure from congressional Democrats as well as advocacy groups, and the odds of a fourth payment could still be on the table. Biden has continued to push for more relief, including the expanded child tax credit that, in his view, should go through 2025. So stimulus payments could ultimately end up being in that plan. And Biden knows how to afford more stimulus. He's planning on taxing the corporations and wealthy Americans to pay for his spending proposals. Between his infrastructure package and the family's plan, Biden is seeking another $4 trillion in spending from Congress. So why not throw another stimulus check in there? Whether another stimulus check does go out would remain to be seen, but it's not impossible at this point. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on another stimulus check? Would you be in favor of it, or would you oppose another stimulus check? Let me know down below in the comments. We'll do a quick poll. If you did enjoy this video, as always, give it a big thumbs up, smash the like button. I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, become a subscriber today. Click that big red button, as well as the notification bell as well. And if you'd like to get some free stocks, all on me, all free, always use my links down below in the description. When you do sign up with Robinhood and or Webull, you'll actually get some free stocks, some valued to thousands of dollars in some cases. Let me know what stocks you do get. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.